let you go check. Make sure nothing's echoey, and if it is,
YouTube pulled up.
let me go to our regular thing here. Check 1, 2, 3. Check. Anybody out there? Is there anybody out there?
Is there anybody in there?
Mushmouth. Shut up, nerd. Nerds.
Sounds good on my end.
Okay, good. So no echo. All right. Let me go
No
ahead and
echo.
shut this
I'm
out.
gonna zoom my camera out just a hair real quick.
And you froze for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, there you are. There you are. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to zoom out my camera a little bit.
All right. Well, if we're ready for a show, we can do this.
I reckon.
All righty. Here we go, everybody. In 3, 2, 1. Greetings, programs, and it is the beginning of the spooky season. My name is Jason Robbins.
And my name is Derek Diamond.
Oh, we already start the show, and someone says they hear an echo. So we're gonna fix that real quick. Let me turn the music down. You're hearing how the sausage is made, everybody. So here we go.
We actually started.
But
Now there's an echo.
Huh? Weird. Well,
Weird.
thank you, YouTube. So I don't know. It's a YouTube thing. I don't know what it is, but every once in a while I gotta go turn stuff off. Gotta turn it off and turn it back on. You know how we do it.
Wonderful.
But yeah, it's been an interesting week. Had car trouble again. Had to rent another car over the weekend. But it turns out that what was wrong with my car was a bad part that they put in it a couple of months ago. So luckily, they're gonna fix it for free.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name the dealership that I go to for my car, but that tends to happen more often than not.
Yeah.
When it's like that wasn't a problem before, so
Well, you know how it is. They're like, and they always blame it on China. It's like, it is the part that come from China, so they're not any good like they used to be.
yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, but I'm just glad they're going to fix it for free, and I don't have to shell out any money to fix something that, I've already sunk so much money. Like why cars? Why do we have to have cars? Why can't I'm just going to move to a city where I can just walk?
You'd think the automated tram would have made it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, why don't
but
we have
unfortunately it did not.
high-speed rails? Why do we not have high-speed rails here in America? Why is that not a thing?
I have no idea.
You're
preaching to the choir on that one.
But happy Halloween, everybody! It's not October just yet, but we're so close to October, and it's gonna be October before next episode. So I figured we could go ahead and put up the Halloween decorations here on the old OBS and on our overlay for YouTube. So we got the pumpkin, we got the bats going. I like it. It's my favorite time of year, everybody.
I like that it has a nice little orange kind of gradient on the background too. That's cool.
Yeah, I literally did that like right before the show. That's why I was kind of running a little bit late, because I was trying to get that done. I'm trying to keep the cats from fighting each other. I'm like, like one hand on, in Photoshop, the other hand wrangling cats. Like it's been a day, man. It's been a day.
It's like I was telling you before we started, the laptop that I've been using for the podcast, one of the adapters decided to stop working about 3 minutes before we were supposed to start, so that I had to run into the living room, grab the other laptop, reconnect everything.
Technology.
Yeah.
It's all great. Great technology.
It's great when it works, but sometimes it just doesn't want to. So
yeah.
It's all right though.
But I've been playing the RoboCop game a lot on it's on Game Pass right now. So if you're interested in playing it, it's right there. And I've been into RoboCop so much over the last week that I actually watched the movie again the other night. And let me tell you, but I'll tell you what, we've talked about it before. You know the scene where Alex Murphy gets murdered? That is a pretty visceral scene. Like, it's seared in my brain as an emotion from my childhood. And in the game, you actually go into the place, that factory where he was murdered at, and you go into the area. It looks just like the movie, and it's got, the tape around the body where your body was, Alex Murphy, and it like gave me like a weird feeling of seeing that. So I had to actually go watch the movie again, and let me tell you, that part's still pretty visceral.
His screams are forever embedded into my brain. It's just so, like you said, it's so visceral and like such a raw emotion that happens. Like you feel his agony through that whole thing.
And Nick asks in the chat room, which one, the original or the remake? The original, sir. I don't know what you're talking about for remake. There's never been a RoboCop remake. Do you know of a RoboCop remake there, Derek? I've never heard of that.
No.
No such thing.
No.
There's no such thing as a RoboCop remake. No, we're talking about the original Paul Verhoeven classic from 1987, sir.
Yeah, like what else would we be talking about?
That movie's crazy. They can never remake that movie. They tried and they failed, which is why I don't acknowledge its existence at all.
I think it's one of those movies that I know there's been a lot of reboots and remakes, but there are certain properties that should stay where they are. And RoboCop is one of those.
Chuck says, I only remember the melting guy getting run over by Red from that 70s show. But yeah,
Red was a savage in that show.
Yeah, he is. Like, dude,
he did not give a crap.
Go watch that movie again. It still holds up, and then go play the game, because they really captured the feel of that movie in the game, and I don't know, it sucked me in. I've been playing the hell out of it over the last week or so.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I did, though. I beat Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, for the first time several days ago. And I'm doing some early prep for my year of Zelda in 2026. So managed to beat it. Thank God for save states, because it would not be possible. I'll say the boss before you fight Dark Link is insanely hard.
Yeah. Because
you have to use all of your magic to have the ability to beat him. So you can't heal yourself. You can't have any extra anything. And then you get to Dark Link, and it's just kind of, you stand in the corner and crouch and just hack and slash until you beat him.
Well, when you sent me that the other day and you said, I beat Zelda 2, at first I thought you were trolling. I was like, there's no way. And then I kind of felt sorry for you. Like, I went through the 5 stages of grief whenever you told me you beat
5 stages
Zelda
in
2.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, no way. I was like, there's what, the denial. But I just couldn't believe it. I was like, man, you actually played that whole game, man. Dude, I commend you, sir. I commend you.
Well, if I'm going to review all the major Zelda games, I'm going to do it honestly.
There's no way I could do it. So, good on you.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'll save it for whenever I revisit it.
Anything else you want to throw out there before we go into the news this evening?
Yeah, I did want to say, because this will actually help me talk about it. But this weekend was kind of a bittersweet one. We had the Wired for Sound shoot, which both days actually went really well. Saturday we wrapped by 1, and then Sunday we wrapped at like 2:15. But this happened on Friday, and this actually ties into why we didn't have a show last week. longtime viewers might know my parents' beagle named Daisy that we've had since 2012. She passed away Friday afternoon, and she had to have an emergency surgery on Monday because she had this giant mass in her intestines, and that's why I couldn't do the show, because I wanted to be available to find out like what the result was. Made it through the surgery, but her condition just kind of worsened, and she was 13. She would have been 14 in February, but when I got that call Saturday, it wrecked me.
Yeah.
It absolutely wrecked me. I mean, you went through the same thing. So I mean, when you have a pet for so long, and even though she didn't live with me, I still saw her, enough, and I essentially grew up with her. So
Yeah.
it was, and my mom was even more devastated by it.
Oh, I'm sure. Losing a pet's awful, man. I mean, that 13's a bad number, man, because Luke was 13 when he passed away. So try to get your pets past the 13-year mark, everybody. Just do whatever you can. It seems like if they make it past 13, then they're going to live to be like 30. But it's that 13-year mark, man.
Yeah. Well, I like to think that Daisy and Luke have become fast friends, and because funny enough, she loved cats.
Actually, it's funny you say that, because I was gonna text you that the other day, that like Daisy and Luke are hanging out until we get to the afterlife, and then they're gonna meet us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I put in the notes here that we're dedicating this episode to Daisy the Beagle.
Yeah, my mom will love to hear that, because funny enough, she listens to the show. So
awesome.
Yeah. We well, not this past Saturday, but the one before, we went up to visit them, because that was when I kind of got the call that it's probably not going to be too much longer, which is it's the call that I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah.
But we went up to see her, and we took a bunch of I took my camera, and we took a bunch of photos that, once Samantha's going to edit them for us, and then we'll do like a memorial thing for her. But
rest in peace, Daisy. Animals are better than humans in my book, but
we don't deserve the pets that we have.
Exactly. Like, I don't worry,
but we're thankful for them.
I don't worry about animals going to the bad place. All animals go to heaven.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree.
Hopefully they'll put in a good word for us before we get there.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be missed, Daisy, and we dedicate this episode to you, and to Mom and Diamond. I'm so sorry for your loss, and we're thinking about you, and we love you, and we're hearts and thoughts go out to you and your family, because it's hard losing a pet, man. Losing a pet's just like losing a family member, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
But it is time to go into the news. What do you say?
Sure.
Let's hit it. And some of tonight's stories were provided to us by Armez Jackson, Carlos Longoria, and the first one hit us with Joey Image like 2 minutes before the show. And if you
breaking news,
if you have a news story you'd like us to cover, send them to nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. And also, if you have any voice messages you want to send to us, please send them to voicecast.app/NCR. Click the Leave Us a Message tab on nerdcaveretro.com. Either one of those will take you there. And just leave us a message. You ain't got to sign up for nothing or anything, and we will play it on the show. This first story is from Mr. Joey Image, Mr. Potato Image himself. This is not retro related.
With a new name that will be unveiled shortly.
This is not retro related, but it is important news nonetheless. I got this one off of apnews.com. Video gamer Electronic Arts to be bought in largest ever private equity buyout valued at $55 billion. You know EA, they're the maker of video games like Madden, Battlefield, and The Sims, are being acquired by an investor group, including Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund and the largest private equity-funded buyout in history. The investors, who also include a firm managed by Jared Kushner, President Donald Trump's son-in-law, and the private equity firm Silver Lake Partners, valued the deal at $55 billion. EA stockholders will receive $210 per share. The deal far exceeds the $32 billion price tag to take the Texas utility TXU private in 2007, which has shattered records for leveraged buyouts. I don't like this one bit. I already didn't like EA, and now it's got Trump's paw prints all over it. I'm never buying another EA product ever again.
Well, not just that, but it's mentioning being acquired by an investor group, including Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund. They've been a lot more involved with entertainment lately, because I'm sure you heard that not this upcoming WrestleMania, but the following one is going to be in Saudi Arabia. The Royal Rumble is going to be there next year. So I don't know what it is. I know they've got like endless amounts of money.
It's all that oil money, man. It's endless.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
they kill reporters like out in the open. They're just like, yeah, we killed people.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You got to throw in allegedly now.
Allegedly, but we know they did it. So, it's allegedly. But
well, and the thing is too that I didn't like EA anyway. So it's just kind of just is the icing on the cake, if you will. Like I wasn't in a rush to buy any EA games anyway. I haven't bought Madden since like 2010.
No.
I haven't played any of the new college football games. I don't even know what they have coming down the pipeline, to be honest.
Dead Space EA? I think they weren't
I'm not sure. I'll look it up.
Because I love that remake, and I was kind of hoping that they would remake Dead Space 2, but I don't know. I don't know if that's happening or not, but I don't like this,
They did do Dead Space.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And it's weird watching WWE events when they are in Saudi Arabia, because all the women have to be like head to toe covered in like spandex and whatever, because God forbid they show any skin, then they'll have to murder them before they leave the border.
But the thing I don't get is, so they have to know about the WWE product. So do they?
I mean,
are the women's matches blurred out? Or are they cut out of the show?
I mean,
like, what is it? That question's never been answered.
I don't know. They have to know about it. They have to watch it. Why do you think they spent so much freaking money to acquire it? And then now there's like a huge thing where they're paying all these comedians to come over for a big Saudi Arabian comedy fest, and it's like, what is happening right now? Like, I don't understand. I mean, these are. I mean, yeah, America's not exactly. I don't want to get into it. Let's not get into it, please. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. We'll move on to the next story.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's see. Next up is from NintendoLife.com. Nintendo expands Switch's online GBA library with 2 more titles, which are 2 Namco games, by the way. In case you missed it, last week Nintendo announced it would be adding the Namco GBA titles Mr. Driller 2 and Klonoa Empire of Dreams to the Switch Online expansion service. They're now available on the service. To play them, you'll need to first update the app to version 3.1.0, and you're good to go. So the puzzle platform title Klonoa Empire of Dreams debuted on the GBA in 2001 and allows you to take control of Klonoa as you take down enemies, solve puzzles, and jump your way through 40 incredible stages. That actually sounds kind of interesting. I don't think I've heard of either of these games.
I haven't either. It sounds
but
fun.
I do like platformers. I like puzzle games. So
yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I would try these out, but like I said, I've never even heard of these. Like they popped out.
No, but I mean that is one good thing about the Switch Online is that they do occasionally release some of the more obscure games that might have fell by the wayside.
Yeah, they need to release everything. That's what, that would be the thing.
Well, that makes sense. So of course they're not going to do it.
From this next story is timeextension.com. Final Fight MD dev working on Driftin' Rage, a new 16-bit racer for the Genesis / Mega Drive. Tomorrow, there's an update on Tuesday the 20th. Morrow Xavier has offered an updated look as Project Driftin' Rage. The video shows an extended look at the stylish vehicle selection screen, as well as some direct gameplay featuring one of the selectable motorbikes, the Brazuca, facing off against 7 other competitors and one of the game's courses. Recently, Xavier shared a tweet that seems to list the 12 locations that will be included in the finished game, writing that the time has come to program the tracks with the right weather, behavior, and consistent graphics. According to the list, these tracks will include the following. I'm not even going to try to pronounce most of these, but there are tracks in Spain, Senegal, Germany, England, Japan, USA, Russia, Brazil, Thailand, Mexico, Canada, and France. And I don't know about you, but this looks actually really cool. It's almost like Road Rash is what it's kind of based off of.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, this actually seems like it'll be a pretty cool game. You've got good options as far as tracks goes.
Mm-hmm.
And who wouldn't want to ride a motorcycle named the Brazuca?
Yeah.
Does it have like a bazooka on it that you can just like shoot other racers?
If I ever get another cat, I'm naming him Brazuca.
But it has to be cool. One of those really tiny.
Oh yeah,
tiny cats.
What do they call those little teacup cats or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just so excited that people are still making games for like the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Genesis. That's just, I don't know. There's something that it just brings warmth to my heart that there's still games being made for these systems.
But still no Phil Collins game.
No.
For the Genesis.
It doesn't say when this is going to be released, but I mean, it seems like he's pretty far into the development. So I think it's probably going to be coming out within the next year, I would say.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'm sure some more news will break within the coming months. From NintendoLife.com, Nintendo Splat Pack revives multiple SNES titles in one retro collection. Nintendo has been quite active in the realm of video games recently with announcements for SpongeBob and even collaborations with Sonic the Hedgehog. And now to add to this, it's teaming up with limited run games to release a retro collection. The Nickelodeon Splat Pack will feature multiple retro games from the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive / Genesis era in one package. It includes Ah Real Monsters from 95, Nickelodeon Guts from 94, and Rocko's Modern Life Spunky's Dangerous Day, which launched in the same year. This package for Switch and multiple other platforms will include modern features like the ability to rewind, as well as save and load games on the fly. A physical release has also been confirmed via limited run, with the standard edition starting at $34.99. The classic edition will set you back $69.99, and the collector's edition is available for $129.99. Pre-orders run September 19th to October 19th, 2025. I have to get this.
I kind of want to play this too. This looks really fun. I never even thought about these games before, but literally just seeing the screenshots, I'm like, I want to play every single one of these.
Oh, I want to get that collector's edition. Dude. It comes with the... I don't know if you watched any of the 90s Nickelodeon shows, but they were a staple.
Oh yeah,
in my household. I was a huge Nickelodeon fan.
I watched Rocko's Modern Life. I've never seen Real Monsters, but I know of it. And this screenshot, I mean, it looks just like the cartoon.
Yeah, the games look great. I never played the Guts game. I know I reviewed Rocco's Modern Life a while back on the show, but I don't think I've reviewed Our Real Monsters.
You
So
should. I'd
this,
love to play that. That looks really cool.
uh, I got to stop looking at this collector's edition. It is coming with a Rocco's Modern Life lanyard that's in the same print as his shirt, a stuffed Crumb from Our Real Monsters. For those who don't know who he is, he's the monster that has to carry his eyeballs in his
Yeah.
hands.
That's
And
who
a
I think of
piece
every time I hear monsters.
and a piece of the aggro crag from Guts. It was the giant rock that you'd have
Yeah.
to climb up, the giant mountain at the end of the show,
Yeah.
and whoever would win would get like a chunk of it. I always wanted one of those.
Well, I was just trying to think. What's the other show with the dog that's scared all the time and the old lady and the old man?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Did they ever make a game off of that?
I'm sure they did. Let me look it
Because
up.
we've been watching that kind of recently, and that cartoon is very weird and spooky. Like if I was a child, it would scare me.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. I may have seen it in passing, but I haven't really sat and done like an extended viewing of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You should. I think you'll really get a kick out of it.
Let's see. There was a canceled PS1 game featuring Courage. Huh.
I think they.
I'll have to do a little more research.
Hold on. Itch.io, the game that we, or that site that we talked about not too long ago. This game apparently was found on an old hard drive they bought at a yard sale. Didn't ask too much about it because I needed old and damaged electronics to run some tests. Upon checking the contents, I found files of a PS1 game project. When I opened them, I found this game. Then me and at Design Cisco, Chico Games, started working on a way to turn this into a playable game, trying our best to use the majority of the files we could so it could wind up being a cohesive experience for this vaporware game. It says, even though it is playable, the game is still incomplete. The hard drive where we found it only had part of the content of a full game, so this game has a lot of missing parts. And couldn't access some of the levels. They have logical ways into them, which means you can access them in the game, but we have no idea how to find them. And you can download this right now, and it actually looks kind of good for being a game that's not finished. I mean, it looks like a PS1 game, but one of the better PS1 games.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking too. There's 3 other screen caps on this article, but yeah, it looks like a game you would have picked up, in the mid 90s for the PlayStation.
Yeah. So if you're interested in Courage the Cowardly Dog, I would definitely say go to itch.io and look up Courage the video game, and you can play. It's not a finished game, but you can play what there is of what the game was going to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of
That'd
cool.
be cool.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Let's see. Here we go. From timeextension.com. 4 more Evercade carts are being removed from circulation. Evercade manufacturer Blaze has revealed that it is retiring 4 more cartridges at the end of this year. Carts in question are Pico Interactive Collection 2, Indie Heroes Collection 1, Mega Cat Studios Collection 2, and the Sydney Hunter Collection. These carts will now join the legacy category, meaning that the license to produce the cartridge has been expired. Stock of these cartridges will remain on sale with retailers, but beyond that, no more copies will be produced. So if you're interested in getting any of these, now is the time, because they will no longer be available at the end of this year.
It kind of reminds me of, do you remember when Disney would do the Disney Vault?
Yeah.
Where they would only put movies out on the shelves for a certain period of time, and then they would be like, you have to get it now because we're going to pull it from shelves and you'll never be able to get it again.
Disney, the land of false scarcity.
And now they have a streaming service with
Yeah.
a good chunk of their classic content. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that they lose their licenses to produce these games after a while, but if you dig the Evercade, go ahead and go pick this up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Let's see, and our last story from Variety.com. Let's see.
Yeah, this is not gaming
not
related.
gaming related, but it is nostalgic.
Yeah.
Miami Vice reboot with F1 director Joseph Kosinski gets 2027 release date. A reboot of Miami Vice is headed to theaters in 2027 from Universal and Joseph Kosinski, the director behind this year's racing hit F1 and billion-dollar blockbuster Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh.
It will release in theaters August 6, 2027. The new movie explores the glamour and corruption of mid-'80s Miami and is inspired by the pilot episode and first season of the landmark TV series that influenced culture and set the style of everything from fashion to filmmaking. Let's see, casting is currently underway and production will begin next year, and the movie will be filmed for IMAX.
Ooh. See,
I'm very curious as to who they're going to cast.
Who do you think they should cast? Who should be Crockett and who should be Tubbs?
That's a heck of a question. Was it Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx that were in that Miami Vice movie from like the mid to late 2000s?
Yeah, and that's one thing I wanted to say. Like, that was okay to be kind of a rebooted thing that didn't really have much to do with the original. But if you're going to do Miami Vice, make it a period piece. That's what we want. We want a period piece set in the 80s. That's and then I want a video game. I want an RPG style game where I can play Crockett and Tubbs and go bust some cocaine dealers there in my early 80s Miami. Oh, Michael B. Jordan. That's a good one, Chuck, in the chat room.
Yeah, I like that.
What about Tom Hardy? Tom Hardy would make a good Crockett, I think.
Now that would be an interesting duo because I wouldn't picture them together.
Or Ryan Gosling. What do you think about Ryan Gosling?
I was thinking
Crockett?
Ryan Gosling too.
Who else could be
I'm curious about that Star Wars movie that he's going to be in, Starfighter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm for it. Dude, we didn't even talk about it.
We need more standalone Star Wars stories.
All right, we may have to skip this month in video game history because we didn't even talk about it, Derek. The Mandalorian and Grogu trailer dropped this last week. What do you think?
I'm excited for it. I'm a little concerned that it's just going to feel like an extended episode of the TV show because there was supposed to be a season 4 and they decided to turn it into a movie.
Yeah.
I hope that they put a little more money behind it.
Yeah.
It could be really good because Andor and season 1 of The Mandalorian are the two best Disney Star Wars properties. And I say Andor from start to finish because the whole thing was great.
Yep.
If they can kind of recapture that feel of season 1, it'll be amazing. But I'm excited for it. I mean, the trailer did what it was supposed to.
I hope that they learned a lesson with the Star Wars movies. Like, I feel like, the one-offs are always better than the mainline stories. Like, I feel like I still say Rogue One is one of my favorite Star Wars movies now. It's probably up there above Return of the Jedi at this point. It's sneaking in there right behind, Empire Strikes Back and the original A New Hope are my two favorite. Like, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie of all time. Then there's A New Hope, and then Rogue One is squeezing in there right after A New Hope, in between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. I love Rogue One. It's a great movie. Just going back, especially after watching Andor and then going back and watching it again, it hits different, completely different.
Mm-hmm. When Disney announced all the shows that they were going to do and they announced Andor, I was like, yeah, this is probably going to be lame.
Yeah.
But
It'll turn out to
after
be
like two or
great.
three episodes in, I'm like, this is some of the greatest. It was the Star Wars that we didn't know that we needed,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, my point.
And honestly, especially with season 3,
Yeah.
if they had taken whoever wrote, especially the scenes that happened in the Senate, if that kind of stuff happened in the prequels,
Mm-hmm.
the prequels would be so much better received.
Oh yeah. And like I was saying, with the one-offs and everything, like Rogue One was so good. If they can just make Mandalorian and Grogu just a very standalone, by itself movie and put that kind of love and care into it, I think it'll be good. But I hope that, like you said, I hope that it doesn't just feel like an episode of the show. I hope it feels like a movie worth going to the theater to watch multiple times, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I love Mandalorian Grogu. I want to see him on the big screen. And I want to see what a hut looks like once they've been working out, because that's just weird.
Oh yeah, that's Jabba's son.
Yeah.
That's I can't remember the hut's name,
Yeah,
but
I can't remember either. Chuck says if
Chuck's
they ever give me an Old Republic show with Revan, I mean, I would love for that to happen, but I don't think it ever will.
yeah, I don't know with how the Acolyte was received if they're going to revisit that period anytime
Yeah,
soon.
because the Acolyte was not good at all.
It was just I haven't watched all of it, but what I have watched of it, it's like it didn't really make any sense as far as like how it would fit into the timeline.
It felt weird, like a play with people who were like beginning actors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't feel
Yeah.
like a TV show.
I would love if they revisited that period because it frustrated me because we finally got Darth Plagueis on camera, and it's probably not going to happen again for a very long time.
Yeah. Oh well. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll get Mandalorian Grogu, and it'll be good, and that'll be that. But
Let's hope so.
We're running very late tonight. Sorry, we had to go into a Star Wars talk, but before we go into the review for tonight, Derek, do you want to do our shout outs?
Yeah, we'll breeze through these real quick. As always, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcaveretro and contribute to the show. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to our bonus episodes, which this month we did top 5 wrestling matches with Wally and Joey. A lot of fun. That could have been like a 3-hour podcast if we had really done like a deep discussion on all the matches that we did. But yeah, if you want to be a part of our Patreon community, head over to patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. And for our shout outs, we want to shout out Brian Piotrowski, Brady Sherwood, Michael Patrick, Justin Nispel, Riley, Romaldo Marquez, the official NCR fact checker Wally Phelps, Nick W., Eld the Zombie, Yup Fed aka Knife, James aka at Jimbo Jr. on our Discord, Raven, Danny House, Daniel Salmon aka Bethany Fox, our amazing Discord community manager, Mr. B-Rez Coffee himself, Mike Eveland, the fact checker to the fact checker, Tyler the Wordsmith Watson, Axblade07, the official NCR beat writer, Armez Jackson, Carlos Longoria, aka I am the Rampage, Staff Sergeant Sketch, Gus and Penny, Matthew Salmon, the American Salad, the Potato, the Dream Chaser, violinist, pianist, and overall enjoyer of music. And I had his new name pulled up, and of course my phone went. Hang on, I've got it right here. And now known as Miss Lamika Shaw, Joey Image.
It's my favorite. It's my new favorite.
I don't know how this happens.
Just to him.
It's really amazing, honestly. And it's one of those things that I wish I could take credit for,
Yeah.
but I can't. I really have no idea. It's one of the unsolved mysteries of Nerd Cave Retro. And last but not least,
Mama Diamond.
Donna Diamond, thank you so much for your continued contributions to the Nerd Cave Retro podcast. Don't forget patreon.com/Nerd Cave Retro. And new patrons, be sure to send us your social media info so we can give you a proper shout out.
And tonight, going to be talking about... Splatterhouse, Wanpaku Graffiti. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Is a 1989 action platform video game developed by Now Production and published by Namco for the Famicom. It was originally released only in Japan, although it saw a localized Western release in 2020 as part of the Namco Museum Archives Volume 1 compilation. It is the second game in the Splatterhouse series and the first to be released for a home console. It's a parody of the original Splatterhouse and takes a comical approach to its presentation, featuring super deformed characters as well as parodies of horror films and other pop culture references. I did not know what to expect when I first started playing this game, and shout out to Tyler Watson for suggesting this a while back. I'm trying to get through my list of suggested games that our patrons give me, and I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't think it was going to be great. I thought it would be along the lines of something like Ghosts and Goblins, or something along those lines. But what I got was so good. I'm like, why was this not released in America? The opening cutscene is your girlfriend crying over your grave. You don't get much as far as story. You get like a little snippet of story to get you started in the game, and then you go. And so your first cutscene is your girlfriend crying over your grave. You get struck by lightning, as you do, and you get brought back to life Jason style. And then a jack-o'-lantern flies by and kidnaps her. I'm all for it. All for it.
Yeah, this game looks fun. I watched a little bit of gameplay on YouTube earlier today. You can tell that this is, even by the cover alone, that it has a very kind of Japanese, because their sense of humor, and to put it bluntly, a lot of their sense of humor is very corny and very strange. And this reflects that to a T.
Did you get to see any gameplay? Or did you get to play any of this game over the last couple of weeks?
I watched some gameplay earlier today.
It's got a very South Park vibe to it. Did you notice that?
Yeah, when I saw the character models, I was like, I wonder if South Park probably wasn't inspired by this, but
no, I wouldn't think so. But
yeah, it did give me, as far as a look goes with the characters. Yeah, it gave me a little bit of South Park vibe.
Could I imagine if South Park had come out, 10 years earlier, it could have been an NES game, and this is probably what it would have looked like if you played a South Park game on the NES, because it's just the main character looks like Kenny. Like, I'm playing this game, like, oh my God, they killed Kenny.
You're right. Yeah, he does resemble Kenny quite a bit.
And some of the boss fights are so crazy in this game, and it's one of those games that's not hard while you're going through it, but then you go to a boss fight, and then all of a sudden the game just ramps up to like impossible levels of just roughness. Like, it's just, and one of the first boss fights, the little kind of mini boss you come to, is you're in a graveyard, and Dracula pops up, and then his zombie minions come up out of the ground, and they start doing the Thriller dance, and you gotta kill the zombies. So that's your first boss that you come to in the game.
See, I did play one of the Splatterhouse games, I think last year, for Halloween.
Mhm.
But watching this, I'm like, I would enjoy this game so much more. And it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Clue, the Clue mentality, where Clue is actually a satire
Hmm.
of murder mysteries, but is actually one of the most beloved murder mystery movies of all
Yeah.
time. And people like that's a lot of people's go-to. This is kind of in the same vein where I think I would actually enjoy this more than the actual Splatterhouse games.
And I think maybe the reason this didn't come out in America is because Splatterhouse came out on the TurboGrafx 16, and I just don't think Splatterhouse was that big of a since like big of a deal. It was because it was one of those games that was like gonna ruin us kids. That the government always tries to step in and like these video games are ruining our children. And it's like I never even played it. Like video games have ruined me. Like I love video games, but I'm not gonna go outside and like stomp on turtles or anything. Like what are you talking about? But I feel like maybe that's why this didn't come out in America is because Splatterhouse just wasn't that big over here.
That could be it. But if you look at it, it's a parody.
Yeah.
It's a satire, which is probably why the higher ups in America wouldn't like it.
Yeah. And I feel like if this would have come out in America, this would have done really well.
Oh, I would have loved this game.
This would have been like first would have started out as a weekend rental and then would have immediately been please give me this for Christmas or a birthday. One of those
Even
type of
the
games.
even the cover art reminds me of like an advertisement for a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, it does. I mean, they could have made a cartoon out of this. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, there could have been some good marketing with this thing.
And then the first kind of real boss that you come to is I'm not quite sure, but I think it's supposed to be Regan from The Exorcist. And you go into her bedroom and her head starts spinning. Then her head pops off of her body and starts flying around the room while two chairs start bouncing all over the room. So you have to be super careful or you're just going to die like immediately. Because not only do you have to kill the head that's flying around the room, but you got these chairs, haunted chairs that are just flying all over the place. And there's like no kind of discernible pattern to it. And I must have done that part about 50 times before I finally got to level 2. So it's pretty hard, but it's not frustrating to the point where you want to just quit and not do it. It's one of those games like, all right, this is so good, I'm going to keep going.
When you mentioned that boss fight, for some reason I just pictured I think it was from Evil Dead 2 when Ash is just like losing his mind and he's bouncing all over
Yeah.
the place.
See, they could do an Evil Dead game in this style, and it would fit. Like I would play that.
Oh, 100%.
Even you could make it today, and I would play just a little 8-bit Evil Dead game in this chibi style. I would be all over it.
Oh, 100%.
And it's one of those cool games that like your health bar grows the more enemies you defeat. I love the art style and the music of this game. It's just the perfect Halloween game. So if you're looking for something to play this month for Halloween, please add this to your list. Especially add this to your list if you're a side scroller fan in the 8-bit, 16-bit era. Because this game plays so smooth. Like if you enjoy the smoothness of like Mega Man 2, it plays like that sort of smoothness. Like the jumps are easy to do and land. Your hit boxes are perfect. Like you can actually hit your enemies and feel like you're doing some damage. Everything's just tight. Like it's very tight controls on this game.
And you'd already sold me on it, but when you mentioned the tight controls, like that just makes me want to play it even more. I'm going to play this over the next couple of weeks. Whenever my schedule kind of dies down a little bit, I definitely want to give this game a shot. It looks really fun.
I would. I did not know I was going to have that much fun playing this game, and I just love it. Like, it just boggles my mind that there's so many of these games like this, and the PAL version, the European version of Ghostbusters 2, that was so much better than the one we got in America. I'm like, why? Why did we not get these games here in America? I mean, I appreciate that we get to play them now. And, you know, we have the internet and you can get these games. They're available. But at the time, man, dude, I would have loved this game so much. I would have, like, this would have been a game that I begged for Christmas, because this is totally up my alley of, like, spoopy type stuff. You know, like, if you would dig things like Beetlejuice and, you know, like horror, not hardcore horror stuff, but horror, Halloween type adjacent stuff. Like, this slides right in there very smoothly.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it.
It's so good. I mean, there's not much I can say about it other than if you're not a fan of side scrollers, then you're not going to like it. But if you like a good side scroller with really good graphics, really good gameplay, it's got great music to it, it plays awesome, it's got really tight controls, you're not going to do much better than this. Just go get it. You're going to like it.
With all of that, there's not really much more you could ask for a video game.
I mean, it's the spooky season, so it's the perfect game. That's why, you know, I wanted to put this first for my October playlist, because this needs to be in everybody's October playlist. And I really wish Namco would not only just put this game by itself into the Switch store or wherever. I really wish they would do a 16-bit version of this game, or maybe do a sequel to this game and do it kind of in the, you know, the modern 8-bit style, you know, and just, I would buy it. They would have my money already.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it too. And I haven't even played it yet.
I think you'll really like it. Let me know when you do. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. So everybody out there, just go play it and tell them I sent you. Tell them that the Nerd Cave Retro Podcast gives this game a 9.5 out of 10. And that's why you're buying it.
Wow.
It's up there.
Nice.
Dude, they had me. As soon as I got to the first mini boss and Dracula comes out and they do the Thriller dance, I was like, they got me. They got me.
Yeah, you can't sell me anymore on this. I can't wait to play it.
So big thank you to Tyler Watson for suggesting this one. This was a winner, and I know he's got a few more. Let's see, Patreon. I put up a new post on Patreon the other day, and I got some Nick wants me to do Condemned, which I'm gonna do. Eternal Darkness, which I have played before, but it's been a while. Ninja Gaiden Black, and of course Tyler Watson says Super Back to the Future Part 2 for the Super Nintendo, and I feel like this is a trap. Is this a trap?
It sounds like a trap.
That sounds like a trap. Let me know.
That sounds like it's just scary, as in it's such a bad game that it's scary.
I've never played it. I don't think I've ever seen it, so I feel like this is a trap. I feel like Tyler's like, here's a good game, and now here's a really bad one.
Now, if it was Rampage, without a doubt, it would be trolling.
And Brady Sherwood wanted me to do UN Squadron, which I thought about a long time for doing, because UN Squadron is actually the first game I ever rented for the Super Nintendo. So I think I'm going to do that pretty soon, too. And Armez Jackson says Alien Soldier or Biohazard Battle for the Sega Genesis. So those all sound like winners to me, except for the Super Back to the Future Part 2. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's an LJN. The LJN monster is like hiding in the dark, ready to jump out and bite me on the ankles.
Let's see. Super Back to the Future 2.
Is it an LJN game?
It is not.
Oh, really?
Super Back to the Future 2 is a 2D side-scrolling platform video game developed by Daft and published by Toshiba EMI in Japan, exclusively on July 23rd, 93 for the Super Famicom. So maybe it's not a trap.
Maybe. We'll see. I'll do it.
I would look up some gameplay first and then just to be safe.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. But yeah, Wanpaku Graffiti, Splatterhouse gives my almost a perfect score in my opinion. So take that with a grain of salt. But if you like these kind of games, you like Halloween, it's worth playing.
Love it.
But that's going to bring us to the end of this episode, the kickoff of the spoopy season. And so, Derek, what are you going to be doing next week?
So next week, I'm going to do or at least for me, a rare NES game. I'm going to be reviewing Haunted Halloween 85.
Ooh.
I know you reviewed Haunted Halloween 86 a while back on the show. So I'm excited to kind of dabble more into the NES. So,
Yeah.
and it's got good reviews. So excited to see what it's like.
Yeah, you haven't really delved too deep into the NES library, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think I'm going to be doing Condemned Criminal Origins after that, because I really want to go back and play that game again. I really liked it when it was on the 360 back in the day, and it actually had one of the jump scares that actually made me throw my controller at the TV, turn all the lights on in the house, and go watch cartoons because it scared me so bad.
Oh man.
So we'll see.
That's I got nothing witty for that. Sorry,
well,
my brain's kind of fried.
if I throw the controller again, I'll let you know if I. But
Just take a picture of your broken controller.
Yeah, I will. Oh, actually, my controller's almost broken anyway. My left stick, thumbstick is drifting, so I'm gonna have to get a new Xbox controller here soon.
And not even Fast and Furious style.
No, I wish. But yeah, that's gonna bring us to the end of the episode. And Derek, what is going on with the movie?
So we have one shooting day left for Wired for Sound. We're filming the last few scenes this upcoming Saturday. And then production will be done. And really my job with the movie will be done because I'm not editing it. I'm not doing any of the visual effects.
That's got to be nice.
We do still, that's a very rare thing for me. We still have the GoFundMe going because even though we have one shooting day left, it is going to be kind of a visual effects heavy movie, especially at the climax of it. So any contributions help. We've got some cool tiers that you can check out on our Facebook page at facebook.com/wiredforsoundmovie. And that's pretty much it. Shooting's actually been going quite well.
Hey, by the way, Derek, please, this Friday, remind me to help out with the GoFundMe because I keep forgetting. I always like, I need to do that during the show, and then I forget, and then I run out of money before payday. So hit me up on payday.
You're preaching to the choir on that one, my friend. But yeah, I'll shoot you a text and remind you.
All right. And for the Open Micers podcast, last week we had another hostful episode called Donald Duck in it, and you're going to have to listen to the episode to find out what that's all about. But the week before, if you missed it, we talked with Jackass member and comedian Zach Holmes on the show. It was a really, really fun episode, especially if you want to know more about behind the scenes of Jackass and all that kind of stuff. So go check out the Open Micers podcast at openmicers.com and at Open Micers podcast on all the social media networks. So Derek, is that everything?
I think so.
Well, let's walk out the door. If you want to email us at nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. Also, leave us a voice message at voicecast.app/NCR. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just send us a message. That's it. That's all you got to do. Nerdcaveretro.com is our link tree. That includes all our socials, ways to give us money, and of course the merch shop, which you can get to at ncrmerch.com. We've been selling all kind of t-shirts, hats, magnets, bags, mugs, and one of our biggest sellers is Master Blaster runs Bartertown. So go get you a t-shirt or something over there. And if you can't do that, I understand times are tough, with tariffs and all that kind of stuff. Leave us a review. It's free, and or a 5-star rating on all podcasting platforms. Derek, please tell them what it's all about.
Up yours with a twirling lawnmower.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
All right. Thank you all for hanging out with us on the YouTubes there. Thank you. Your mom popped in there for a little bit.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I saw
she
that.
did. And old Chuck. And we got, who else do we have in there? They had Nick in there tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. And we will be here next week. We're going to have to do the show on a different day next week. So if you like to watch live, or if you listen to the show on YouTube, we might be a day early or a day late. We don't know yet. So we're going to figure it out over this next week. But thank you